Hey, what's going on everyone? Josh Quinones here, and this is actually a very highly requested video. Ever since I announced that I got the new iPhone 12 Pro Max, I have been getting a lot of requests asking if I can compare my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra to the iPhone 12 Pro Max. And for those of you that are new to the channel, the reason being is because this is actually my very first iPhone ever. I have never owned an iPhone in the past. I've always been all about Android, and most of those Android devices being Samsung devices, which is one reason why a lot of people have been requesting this video for me to do this comparison, so I can be able to share you guys what I think about the differences between these two devices, going from this to this right here. And I've only had this device for about a week now, so it's just gonna be a quick comparison based off of what I've experienced so far with this device. And I do gotta be honest with you guys, I have had a lot of frustration with this iPhone 12 Pro Max, but it's only because I don't know how to use it. And I really do want to give it a fair shot. So there's gonna be no bias going on here. Just because I am a full Android user, I am definitely giving this a fair shot, because who knows, I might end up liking it in the end once I really learn how to use it. So before we get this comparison started between both of these devices right here, I do got to give a huge thanks and shout out to the sponsors of this video, SubCase. If you're not familiar with who SubCase is, they're a case company. They make cases, but not just any cases. They make super durable cases that are really going to protect your device to the fullest. And I've actually done drop tests with both of these devices right here using their cases, their most popular Unicorn Beetle Pro case and their new Exo Pro series case as well. Both of these devices, I mean, look at them. They still look like brand new. The displays are looking like brand new. You can't even tell that I dropped them. Their cases did what they were intended to do, and you can't go wrong with those cases if you're looking for the best protection for your devices. And if you're not into the whole bulky, super protective cases, they also have tons more to choose from, which if you do want to check them out, I'll make sure to drop some links down in the description below so you can check out some of their cases for yourself, so you can make sure you keep either one of these devices protected and not risk damaging them if you happen to accidentally drop them. But again, huge thanks to the sponsors of this video, SubCase. Okay, so getting into this comparison, starting off with overall looks and design, there is no doubt that these are both beautiful, premium looking devices. And what I like about both of them is actually the back. They got this nice matte finish to them, which don't attract too much fingerprints. And if they do attract any fingerprints, it's really hard to see because they don't have that glossy look. Overall, on both of these, not going to attract fingerprints, feel really good to the hands, and they just look premium overall. I actually like the way both of them look in the back. Now, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is taller than the iPhone 12 Pro Max. There ain't no doubt about that. I mean, look at that. Definitely the taller phone, but it is also the slimmer phone. It is not as wide, making it easier, at least for me, because I don't have the biggest hands. For someone who has small hands, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra is still easier to use and carry with one hand because it is not as wide as the iPhone 12 Pro Max, which makes it just a little bit harder to use one-handedly. Now, when it comes to those camera modules in the back, I think both look great. Now, there is no hiding this one on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. It's there. It's definitely popping out a lot more than the one on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. But even though it's popping out more, I still think I prefer this one over the 12 Pro Max, only because it has that full sheet of glass covering all three lenses there in the back. When it comes to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, they're just all kind of sticking out on their own. There's no flat piece of glass covering all three lenses. Now, if I happen to drop it on the camera module, I'm not really sure if these are going to break easier rather than if they were to have one full sheet of glass covering all three lenses. Either way, I think both look great when it comes to the back. Now, going to the sides of both devices, both do have a glossy metal finish on the sides, although the one on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, you're not going to see as many fingerprints on this because it does have the rounded off edges on both the display and the back of the device, making that metal strip just super thin, so you're not going to notice any fingerprints on the sides. When it comes to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, you don't have those curved edges on the back or the display. It is totally flat, making the edges a lot sharper, but making this metal piece a lot wider, so it's a lot easier to notice the fingerprints here on the side. You're gonna constantly find yourself wiping them off all the time, unless of course you're using a case by our sponsors of this video. This is definitely going to attract a lot of fingerprints, so I definitely prefer the sides on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, while it might not be a big deal, but that's just something that I did notice. Now, when it comes to the displays on both of these devices, both beautiful looking displays. The colors pop nice and vibrant. They get super bright. I do prefer the display on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra only because look at that big notch right there. That is just something that I personally am not used to. All the Android devices that I have used from here on to the past, I haven't had a notch like this right here. They've either had a camera hole punch cutout or a side pill camera off to the side or just a small notch. But you know, back in the day, yeah, we did have those big bezels, but then again, so did the iPhone. But now here in 2020, it's like, Apple, come on, look at that. It's just a small little hole. It's not screaming at you saying, hey, I'm here at the top of your phone. No, it's just a small little hole up there, just kind of hiding up there. Doesn't get in the way at all. And I just think it gives the overall display a cleaner look. You're getting more of an all-screen experience instead of an all-screen experience with a notch at the top. And you can especially notice it when you're watching content. Depending on what you're watching, I like to stretch my content out and take advantage of the full display. So when it comes to the overall display, if I had to choose between one of these right here, I would definitely go with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. But overall, aside from that, like I mentioned earlier, both are beautiful premium looking devices, no matter which one you go with. Now, one thing that I did notice that the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra has that the iPhone 12 Pro Max doesn't have is the option for expandable storage. The iPhone 12 Pro Max has 128 gigabytes of storage, at least the one I have here, and I'm stuck with that. I can't expand that any further unless I want to start uploading stuff to the cloud, which me personally, I don't really do, because with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, I have an SD card slot here up at the top where I can put an SD card in there to expand my storage. So I don't always have to worry about running out of that storage. If I do happen to fill up an SD card, I can swap it out, put in a new one, and I'm ready to go. With the iPhone 12 Pro Max, I do not have that. And that's kind of one thing that bummed me out about this, is that I can't expand that storage. Now, one thing that I do like about this device, right here at the top on the side, we have a little toggle right here, which will quickly turn on silent mode if I need to do that in an instant. The Galaxy Note 20 Ultra does not have that. It would have been nice because that's actually a pretty nice feature to have. Now, when it comes to just using the device, both perform well, nice and smooth, no lag at all on either of these, whether I'm playing games, watching YouTube, just scrolling through social media, just going from screen to screen, both are going to perform great. Now, where the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra does have an edge over the iPhone 12 Pro Max is with that 120 hertz. You just get so much more smoothness in it. It is just butter wind scrolling through this phone, or even playing some games. You get to take advantage of that high refresh rate display. And that's one thing that I love about this display on the Note 20 Ultra. And once you start using it more and more and more, you get so used to it that when you go back to a 60 hertz display, it is very noticeable and it does seem a bit slower. And while it's not that big of a deal, it's still very nice to have. So I am really loving that high refresh rate display on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Now, I will say, even though the 12 Pro Max does not have that high refresh rate display, I don't know, there's just something about it that still gives it just this really nice, smooth experience. I mean, I know it is a 60 hertz display, but it is just really smooth for being a 60 hertz display. I don't know, but whatever Apple did to get the display this smooth while keeping it at 60 hertz, they did a very good job with it. Now, would I have preferred 120 hertz? Of course, who wouldn't want a more smoother experience? But for not having a high refresh rate display, you're still getting a smooth experience with this device. And like I said, both perform great. No matter which one you go with, you're not gonna have any performance problems at all. Okay, now there are a couple of things that might seem kind of nitpicky that I do have to mention about the iPhone 12 Pro Max, but you know, this is a comparison video, so I do want to mention them. Now, one of those things is as simple as just powering down the device. So if I want to power off my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, all I got to do is just pull down the notification bar, the power button is right there, and I can power off the device. When I was trying to power down this iPhone 12 Pro Max, I could not figure out how to turn off this phone. I tried just holding down the power button, but did that work? No, it didn't work. All it does is bring up Siri, and then I gotta get out of that. I tried pulling down the notification bar. I didn't see any option to power down the phone. I went into settings. I couldn't figure out how to power down the phone until I finally just started messing with it more. It turns out you have to hold down the power up volume key and the power button at the same time, and then the power off option will come. It should not have to be that difficult to find the power button, especially if you're someone new to an iPhone device. They should have made it a lot easier. Something like this, what we have on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. Just pull down the notification bar and boom, it's right there. You can easily power off your device. So that was one thing. Another thing is when the phone is finally unlocked, okay, I'm gonna use the Face ID. It's unlocked. You would think you can just swipe in the middle of the screen and it would open up the device. Look, It's not going to open up my device unless I swipe directly from the bottom, and then it will open up the phone. Now that's just kind of one thing that just kind of got me frustrated, because I kept swiping like this, and I'm like, why is the phone not opening for me? Why isn't it unlocking? I mean, it's unlocked, but it won't open. I can't get into the phone until I finally just, boom, swipe from the bottom. I know it's just something so simple, but like I said, again, for someone so new to an Android device, you would think it would be just a little bit easier, because if I were to take off this in-display fingerprint sensor on the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which I currently have on there right now, if I were just to switch it to swipe to open, I can swipe from anywhere on the display and it will open on the device. So it's just, just small things like that just kind of got me frustrated. But again, it's just something that I have to get used to going to an iPhone device. Okay, now another thing that's just really been kind of bothering me about the iPhone 12 Pro Max so far is overall customization. Yeah, I can put the apps where I want to put them. I can set up a couple of widgets. I can pick my wallpaper, but I can't truly customize this device exactly the way I want to. What if I wanted to show off this whole middle part of my wallpaper? I can't do that. What if I wanted this T-Mobile app right here to be down at the bottom? I can't do that. It automatically goes back up to the top. With the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, I can customize this however I want. So this actually has an app drawer where I get to keep all my apps that I don't use, or rarely use, I should say. I can be able to move my apps and folders wherever I want to, so I can be able to show off this middle part of my wallpaper. There is just so much you can do on this device to customize it the way you want. With this device right here, you don't have an app drawer. I mean, yeah, you can swipe over to the side, you got this right here, but with the app drawer on my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, I actually have it in alphabetical order. So if there is that app that I rarely use, but I do need to use it at a certain time, I can just swipe up. I can go down to, let's see, I can go down to the T's. I got tips right there, or TubeMate to download YouTube videos or whatever. Everything is in alphabetical order. So depending on the name of the app, I can easily find it that way. While with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, it is not the same story. Everything's just kind of put into its own folder. So if it's something that I feel is a creative app, but it's not in this creativity folder, I got to go through some of these folders to try and find it and try to figure out where it's at. That's just kind of one thing I don't like about this. And like I said, just overall customability. Now, I know it's not a big deal to maybe a lot of the iPhone users out there, because this is just something that they're so used to using all the time. But for me, someone coming from a device that I'm able to customize however I want, it just can be kind of bothersome at times. But for an iPhone device, this is something that, again, I'm going to have to get used to. But I did kind of customize it, a little bit, just to fit my needs, to be able to make it easier for me to use. Another thing, you don't have picture-in-picture on this device. I heard you do have it if you go to YouTube within the Safari browser. I tried that and it still wasn't working for me, so I don't really know. When I go into the YouTube app right here, watching a video, I want to multitask, I want to do something else, I want to get out of that, maybe shrink the YouTube video into just a little box right here so I can continue watching it while using the device. I can't do that on this phone right here, and I do have YouTube Premium, so if I get out of the YouTube app, it'll still keep playing the sound, but I can't continue to watch it in a second little screen. With the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, I could do that. If I'm watching a YouTube video within the YouTube app here and I press home, a little box will pop up so I can keep watching that YouTube video while I'm doing other things on the device. And that's just an overall great feature to have, because that gives you the ability to do some true multitasking on this device, which you don't really get on the iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now, again, like I mentioned earlier, I am trying to be as fair as possible with the iPhone 12 Pro Max. I know it might seem like I'm just trying to bash the phone here and there, but really I'm not. I'm trying to be as fair as possible. It just all comes down to a personal preference type of thing. Coming from a longtime Android user, yeah, it could get frustrating that this device can't do certain things that my Android device could. Like I said, it all comes down to personal preference and what you're used to using. But like I said, I am trying to be as fair as possible, because there's something on this device that I actually love a whole lot more than my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, and that is battery life. Battery life on this device is no joke. And I actually just released my all-day real-life battery drain test video with this device right here, and it performed amazing. Because usually in those videos, I use the device as heavily as I can to see if it can still get me through an entire day of usage with very heavy usage. Well, if I'm just using this device normally, I can easily make it through a day and a half. That's how good battery life is on this device. Now, that's not to say that battery life isn't good on my Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, because I still do get good battery life on this. I'm still able to make it through my day into the night, but just not super late into the night. And I know a lot of that has to do with the 120 hertz high refresh rate display. It takes more battery to power that high refresh rate display. The iPhone 12 Pro Max doesn't have that, which I think gives it an edge in battery life. But I think Apple did a great job when it comes to battery life on this device right here. You cannot go wrong. So if you're looking for a device that you want to last you all day, that you're not going to have to worry at all about throwing it on the charger throughout your day, this is the one to go with right here. The reliability on this is boom. It is up here. Battery life is amazing. Okay, now when it comes to the cameras on both of these devices right here, I gotta be honest with you guys. I've kind of been back and forth between the two. Now, with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, I've actually had this device for quite a bit now, and I gotta say, I have been able to capture some amazing photos with the cameras on this device, whether I'm using the main wide angle lens or the ultra wide angle lens or the telephoto lens. I've been able to capture some great photos. And then when it comes to video, I've been able to capture some amazing quality video as well at either 4K 30 frames per second or 4K 60 frames per second. You cannot go wrong with this device right here if you are planning on shooting some video. And a lot of you may know this, or maybe you don't know this, but a lot of videos on this channel were recorded with the cameras on this device right here. Now, when it comes to the iPhone 12 Pro Max, I haven't really done any super heavy testing with the cameras on this device just yet. I will have a separate video for that, but the photos that I have captured so far have been great. I mean, these are some great cameras on this device right here. Now, the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, you do have an optical 5x zoom on this, which the pictures come out great. And with the iPhone 12 Pro Max, I believe it is a 2.5x zoom, but you can also zoom out to 50 times with this device right here. Not sure how many people are gonna use it, but it is nice to have that. This, you can't zoom out to 50 times, but again, it is not needed. You can still get some amazing quality photos with this device right here. Then when it comes to video quality is amazing, especially when it comes to night video. Just wait until you see my 4K video test with this device right here. I mean, you can get some great quality videos out of this device. That's why I said I'm kind of back and forth between the two when it comes to camera quality out of both of these devices. You can't go wrong with either of them. Okay, now if I had to choose just one of these devices right now, just based off of what I've experienced so far with both of these devices, I would have to go with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. And one main big reason for that is something I haven't mentioned yet, but I'm sure a lot of you know where I'm going with this, is the S Pen. This is what a Note device is known for. The S Pen, it's built into there, so I don't have to carry around anything extra with me. It's already in my device whenever I need it. When I'm ready to take it out, I take it out. I can jot down a quick note, sign a document. I use this to edit my pictures, to edit my videos. For those of you that don't know, all the videos on this channel are edited on my smartphone, so this definitely helps out with that. And not only that, but I can control my phone without even touching it. I can say I want to take a big group family photo. All I got to do, set the phone up on a tripod or just set it up somewhere. This S Pen is a Bluetooth S Pen with a button on it, so I can use this to take pictures and video without having to touch my actual device itself. And there is just so many more features that this S Pen has to offer, and that the device itself has to offer as well. And me personally, I use a lot of those features, and the iPhone 12 Pro Max just doesn't offer as many features as the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. So as of right now, for the little time that I've had this 12 Pro Max, if I had to choose between the two, just based off of what I've experienced so far, like I said, I would have to go with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. But that's not to say that the 12 Pro Max is a bad phone, because it is not a bad phone by any means. It's just for a certain type of person. Certain people like that whole Apple iPhone experience, and then certain people want all, the bells and whistles and all the features that you get with the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra, which is the type of person I am. I am that type of person that wants all that extra stuff in their phone, because I actually do use it. But sometimes you just have no need for that, and that's where the iPhone will come in. It's just something a lot more simple from what I've noticed so far. It's more of a simple experience that you're getting out of this device. So overall, like I said, I would pick the Galaxy Note 20 Ultra over this device right here, but none of them are bad phones by any means. Again, the iPhone 12 Pro Max still a great phone, a beautiful looking device. I'm still going to continue testing this out so I can really give it a good review to really let you guys know what I think about it, because like I said, it's only been about a week now that I've had this device and I really want to give it a fair shot. So I'm going to continue using it, continue learning how to use it so I can bring you guys a real in-depth full review on what I really think about this device right here. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. What do you think about my little comparison here? I know I said it was supposed to be quick, not really sure if it was or not, but this is just all based off of my experience so far with both of these devices right here. But y'all let me know what you think down in the comment sections below. Which one of these devices would you pick for yourself? And if you have one for yourself, how's it treating you? Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure to give this video a huge thumbs up if you did like it. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell for notifications so you don't miss out on any other future videos to come. But for now, this is Josh Quinones. Thank you all so very much for watching. I will see you all in the next one. Peace out.